All right, thanks so much for tuning in to this middle school basketball game as we have the Harvey Lakers taking on the Hanwell Park Academy Bears. Hanwell Park, the new school that went up in Hanwell, has it been a year and a half ago already, I guess? I don't think this is their first year open. I think it's their second year, although might be a little fuzzy on the details. Anyway, relatively new school. Harvey's been around for much longer, but these boys look like they're ready to play, so hopefully we'll have a good game here as we get ready for this matchup. And it will be Nolan Smith on the tip-off. We're just grabbing the roster for the Hanwell Park Bears, so hopefully we'll have that soon. But it's Jack Gillespie dumping out to Hudson Mason. Mason's going to turn, shoot, and that first shot is no good. And we've got a foul called already as Hudson Mason will go to the line. That is number 3, Carter Waugh, the guilty party. First shot here for Mason from the line, and that will fall out of bounds. Blues mute, yep. Second shot now from Mason. Ball is up, and it's good. So first points go to Harvey as we get going here. So nice steal there by Nolan Smith, wearing number 3, puts it up for a layup, and that's good for 2. Great start for the Lakers as they lead 3-0 here in the early going. Here come the Bears. There's Riley Phillips looking around. Number 21, Abram Wright. He took the tip-off against Nolan Smith. Definitely one of the taller Bears players. He goes to the net. It's number 11, Eros Bukatin, who has it now. Gets that over to Holden Boyer, who's going to roll that out of bounds. And our referee, one of our 2 referees, Delaney McElwain, is going to make that call. Always nice to see former students giving back, as well as Delaney McElwain wearing the stripes today. We also have a couple of recent grads. Brett Curtis, a Harvey. I guess everyone's a recent grad around here. Mike Fletcher, also a grad, a little less recent than Brett Curtis. Brett Curtis and Michael Fletcher, 2 of the coaches for the middle school boys, as well as very recent grad Ethan Davidson helping out. He's only a couple years out of here, so always nice to see former players giving back. 6:56 left to go here in the first quarter. Bears still have yet to score. Lakers scored a couple early, but things have slowed down now. Here's Smith going for another layup, and it's good. He's a dangerous player. You got to keep an eye out as got a whistle, and I believe that's a Bears timeout. We'll see if we can get that call. Yep, here's McElwain looking over at the Don Fletcher scorers table to Emma McFadgen and Holly Henry. That's 3 of our current senior girls players.
Before the game even started, when I was down there taking names, it sounded like they were very passionate about this game.
Okay,
already.
Good to know. Is that the Hanwell Park team?
Yeah, I think it was one to our left.
Okay.
Saying just like, we can do this, and doing their chant kind of thing.
Oh yeah, yep. They have that Bears on 2, which often you hear on 3. So I guess they're just raring to go with the cheers there.
Already. Can't wait for another second.
Yep. It's always hard to be exact, but 3 relatively young-looking coaches over on the Hanwell Park sideline, so always a lot of energy from a young coaching staff. As we see the Bears come out, not a huge roster, as looks like they've got 7 players dressed tonight. Lakers with quite a few more. They're going to dress 12. As it looks to be the same 5 out there. We've got Smith, Gillespie, Mason, number 8, Nixon Place, and number 6, Wyatt Smith out there to start things off for the Lakers. Ball headed over, and Hudson Mason intercepts that beautifully. Just jumped the route. There's 2 more. One of the veteran grade 8 players on this squad, both him and Nolan Smith. 6:20 left to go as the Bears look around the offensive zone. Get it out to Wright. Wright driving in, shot from mid-range, and it's good. So there are the first couple points on the board for the Hanwell Park Academy Bears. Here's Nolan Smith looking to respond. drives into the paint. That slows things down, brings it back to the elbow for a shot. That bounces out, and Hanwell Park has the rebound. Ooh, almost a dangerous breakaway there, but Lakers able to tip the pass away. That's some good defense from Mason and Smith. Able to tip that pass as we'll get a substitution here. Isaiah Thomas is going to check in for the Bears. Wyatt Smith will put this in the offensive zone. No shot clock here at the middle school level, so the boys have a bit of time to set up. Big thanks, of course, to our minor officials, Holly Henry and Emma McFadgen. As there's another couple of points from another grade 8 player, Jack Gillespie. There's a fair amount of veterans on this Lakers squad as they lead here in the early going. 9-2. Nolan Smith looking for a couple more. Rebound by Gillespie. Good for 2 more. So Lakers crack double digits here in the early going. Here's Riley Phillips. Doesn't want this to get out of hand. He's dribbling around. Nice defense from Nixon Place. Back up to Isaiah Thomas at the top of the circle. Bears trying to reverse out, but they step out of bounds.
Some of the names are incredibly hard to read.
Here's number 11, Eros Bucatan, putting it in to Phillips. Phillips dribbling around. Can't quite get into the paint, though. Good positional defense from the Lakers as they've swapped up some players. Got some new faces out there, and we'll get to them as they become relevant. There's Caden Martin Scott on defense. Shot from right goes out, and it's Nolan Smith on the rebound. He stayed out there, kind of a steady veteran hand. Puts another shot up from mid-range, and that's good. There's 2 more for the green and gold. Or more like black, green, and gold is their really kind of black dominant jerseys, these new middle school jerseys. They do look really sharp. Nice green stripe down the flank with the kind of gold piping. But I don't know if you can accurately call them the green and gold right now anyways. Good defense from Smith. As I believe the ball will go to the Lakers. They take over in their own end. Nope. I'll make a correction. That is the Bears. So it's number 12. Leor is the first name. Not quite sure on the last name. Sometimes the handwriting is a little hard to read. So he puts that ball in. Nice work by Caden Martin Scott to punch that away. But the Bears had that. Got up for a chance as we have some attempted steals, but the Lakers still have it. Nolan Smith for 3. Off the rush. That's nice to see. Kind of just picking a shot and going for it. Shows some confidence at the middle school level. Here's Riley Phillips. He's been a main ball handler, but hasn't quite been able to get in there. Some nice defense down there by Connor Howland. Stopping a potential pick, and Nolan Smith staying with Leor. As that pass goes awry, it will be the Lakers taking over. Should say big thanks up here in the booth as well. Cecilia Pauly's keeping us in the know with the scoreboard on the stream. And Silas Whitehall will chime in from time to time and also point you in the right direction with the camera. So big thanks to both of them for helping out with the stream today. It's a real busy week here in the David McMullen Gymnasium. So big thanks to both of them for stepping up. There were 2 more by Nolan Smith. Already he's in double digits for the evening, 11 points, as he's got another steal and a chance for 2 more. One man to beat, another on him, but he still gets a shot off. It's no good, though. Lakers have the rebound. Here's Connor Pepin looking to bounce around. Howland takes that after a bit of confusion. High pass from Martin Scott. It's tipped away, but Nolan Smith manages to recover. Here's Smith. He's got an open lane. Looks to drive in, trying to turn around. Gets one off just on the tip of his toe. Almost falling out as we're going to get a full lineup change coming from the Lakers coaches as they break the 20-point mark here in the first quarter with still over 2.5 minutes left to play. Leor for the Bears. Got to get his team going. Looks to move the ball around. Nolan Smith with him all the way. Nice little move there to get the ball in for Holden Boyer, rather, as Riley Phillips tries a 3-point shot. That goes just out, and Martin Scott's the last Laker to touch it, as we're going to get a full lineup swap here. Coming back on are Gillespie and Mason. They are joined by number 7, Theo Pauly, number 2, Thomas Williams, and number 9, Heath Henry. So Lakers getting their entire bench involved early here. Here comes Lior with a drive. That goes up, and he's good for 2. Nice work by number 12 for the Bears. One of the tallest players out there on the court for sure, but what the Lakers give up in height, they definitely make up for in heart. As that ball stolen away by Carter Waugh. Bounces it inside to Lior. Nice move by the Bears. Taking a bit of time to get the shot off, though, but the rebound is good by Waugh, and he scores. Third Bear player to score with a little under 2 minutes to play.
If the middle school Lakers are anything like their predecessors, the high school Lakers, we'll know that their aggression in this is going to be pretty unique.
Oh yeah,
I say.
And they are coached by a couple of the same guys this year, Mike Fletcher and Brett Curtis. So you got to think they're going to put some systems in place. Both guys here for the long haul, looking to build a program for sure. Shot there by Lior is no good. Nice work by Hudson Mason to get the rebound. We had a nice three-point shot by Jack Gillespie going as well, and Mason looks for 3 of his own. It's tipped away by Bucatan, but the Lakers managed to get a rebound, get another shot. Here's Henry over to Gillespie. Now Mason spinning around. He's caught on a foot, but still gets a back foot shot off. It's no good, though, and Bucatan has it. Brings it up the court as both teams kind of get set up. Bucatan looks to drive in. Nice bounce pass underneath to Lior. Lior all alone right underneath the net. So Lakers are going to want to tighten up that defense. 23, should be 23 to 8 if my calculation is correct. It's not up on the big board. Oh, they miss. I guess they must have missed one that's I wasn't paying attention as. We have a travel. And the Lakers will take over. 36 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Oh, there you go. I think some points were given to the wrong team. Yes, it is 23 to 8 is the official score now as that's cleaned up. Here's Mason. Back outside to Gillespie. Gillespie fakes a shot, looks to drive in. Has a couple men to beat, but he does. Nice mid-range shot as Gillespie is flirting with the double digits already as well. 9 points on the evening for the grade 8 player wearing number 12. Number 12 for the Bears looks to respond himself. Nice 3 points from Lior. So Hanwell Park showing they're not going down without a fight. Gillespie with a attempted buzzer beater. And that will not go. Accuracy a little lost. So after one, your score is Lakers 25, Bears 11. Hanwell Park definitely down early, but they're showing they got some fight. I wouldn't count them out just yet.
Nolan Smith on, is that Team Lakers?
That is the Lakers,
He definitely has the most points out of the entire game, really. Mm-hmm. Second, and following him is number 12, Jack Gillespie.
Yep. Couple of strong players, and Nolan Smith, he's one of the main offensive drivers on this team for sure.
Oh, we can tell, yeah.
Yeah, if you watch the middle school boys, to be honest, I think if the Lakers kind of stay in the driver's seat, I wouldn't be surprised if the coaches give him a bit fewer minutes, because normally it is him out there driving the bus. Mm-hmm. Lakers might take the opportunity to roll their bench a little more. But if it gets close, expect to see him out there and making a difference. Jack Gillespie is also a veteran player. He's been on this middle school team for 3 years, or this is his 3rd year. Hasn't had the offensive explosion that we've seen. Usually pretty good on rebounds. Solid performer. He's not going to get you into foul trouble. But having a really strong offensive first quarter. So we might see some big numbers put up by number 12 in green and gold. Couple of numbers to watch. Number 3, number 12.
And Lior, number 12 on the Bears, sorry?
Yeah, the Hanwell Park Academy Bears.
On the Hanwell Park Academy Bears, Lior has the most points, number 12, with 7 points.
Yeah. Pretty clean game. Only one foul called for either team. That was against the Bears. Hudson Mason went 1 for 2 from the line. So that's something you'll like to see as well. We don't have the other referee's name, but we do know one of them. Very familiar face to fans of this channel and frequent guests here in the David McMullen Gymnasium. And that, of course, is Delaney McElwain. Oh, yeah. We're just looking at some stuff here on the stream. Nothing to worry about. It's just the scoreboard kind of takes up a bit more space. But here we go. Second quarter off to the start. Nolan Smith is back out there as well as Nixon Place. Fakes the reverse. Gives it off this time to Wyatt Smith, who takes a long three-point shot attempt that had the distance, just didn't quite have the accuracy. So Hanwell Park will get the opportunity to strike first. Holden Roger trying to push that back in, but can't quite get it there. It will be Lior putting the ball in. Wyatt Smith providing some good defense. Here's Phillips now. Phillips goes for three, and it's good. So both teams showing they're not afraid to go for that three-point shot. And that might be what Hanwell Park needs if they're looking to get back into this. Here's Nolan Smith now. Smith dribbling around, looks for his lane. He finds it, waits to put it up, makes the defender commit, and gets himself a clean shot. So nice work.
There is a 13-point difference between both teams. Harvey having the lead with 27.
15 points scored by Nolan Smith so far, so that's the game right there. Here he comes again, dribbling around, guarded all the way by Lior, but finds a free Wyatt Smith. No relation as far as I know, although they are both in the same class. Nice little poke away by Wyatt, although I guess the ref may not have agreed as the hand goes up for a foul. And I believe it will be against, yes, Wyatt Smith. So the first foul for the Lakers comes in the second quarter. The ball will go to Hanwell Park. And it's the Lakers taking over. Nothing going on that offensive chance for the Bears. So Smith will bounce it around the circle. Kind of fakes a reverse, but now he passes it back outside to Connor Pepin. Back to Smith. Smith goes for three, and it's good. That goes in clean. Great second start to the second quarter as well for Nolan Smith. As Riley Phillips looks, don't check that. Holden Roger looks to respond, but the ball is over the net. Smith starting it up. Strong pass inside to Wyatt Smith, and that's kind of juggled around and ultimately out of bounds. So it will be the Bears who got to start things off. Little too eager there as they tried to start the play before the ref had touched the ball. Delaney McElwain's not gonna stand for that. She brings them back. Here's Smith now on the interception. Nice patience from Smith. Puts two in as the bench really likes that. And Mike Fletcher gets some more guys ready to go in, and ball almost tipped away. Phillips tries to keep it back in, but right into the chest of Nixon Place. Place is going to... Oh, no, that's a double dribble, rather. Possession will switch.
Fumble that a little bit.
Yeah, I think he tried to get the wrong hand back in as we're going to get a full lineup change here. It is Hudson Mason, Jack Gillespie, Connor Howland, Caden Martin-Scott, and Thomas Williams out here for the Lakers. As we mentioned, Lakers with 12 players dressed, Hanwell Park with only 7 who made the trip. So we could see substitutions becoming a bit of an issue for the Bears as the game goes on. Although they are down already, so fatigue will not play in their favor. Driving to that is Lior. He's going to draw the foul. We'll wait for that to go up on the board. It is Caden Martin-Scott with his first. Yet another grade 8 player. Lakers have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 grade 8 players on this team. So definitely kind of a more veteran team when it comes to the middle school game. First shot goes out for Lior. Here comes the second. And that goes in clean. So 32-15 is your score now. As Gillespie looks to respond. Had a great first quarter with a nice three-point shot included. We'll see if he can get a few more. Here's Gillespie again going for three from the corner. Ooh, almost goes in, but just not quite. As long passes there, but nice work by Martin-Scott to intercept. Here's Gillespie starting the drive again. Almost loses it, but manages to hang on. Shot's no good, but Martin-Scott on the rebound. Has too much around him, so gets it out to Hudson Mason for a three-point attempt. It's no good. Mason tries to streak in for his own rebound, but it's Bucatan taking over. Here's Lior turning and shooting. And that's double digits for him on the night. As the Bears' offensive chances definitely are going through number 12 right now. Here's Mason dribbling around. Stutter steps and goes in. Phillips got a hand in there, kind of disrupted, so Mason had to go a little too far to get the shot off, and ball is going to roll out of bounds. Didn't quite see who that was off, but they must have been wearing a white jersey as Lakers are taking over. Mason into Gillespie. Gillespie looking around. He's got Lior all over him. Hudson Mason there to help out. Mason dribbling around, tries to spin. Nice move to make some space. Shot no good, though, as Martin Scott and Bukatin fighting over that, but ultimately it's the Bears who come away with it. Lior, a long three-point attempt. That almost got in. There's a lot of high schoolers who wouldn't be okay making that shot from that distance. So good confidence from this, I got to assume, grade 8 player out of Hanwell Park. Phillips now trying to respond. Almost out of lane, but decides to pass it around. Pass right back inside from right, looking for Phillips, but maybe a set play that went wrong as just out of position. So nothing going on that. And the Lakers start things up. Here's Thomas Williams looking to drive around, but it's batted away by Phillips, and now a 2-on-1. Lior, nice pass away to number 11. Eros Bukatin is on the board. So there's a good set play, good unselfish play from Lior on that 2-on-1 as he tries to get his team going. Gillespie looking around for help. Good kind of defensive structure set there by Bukatin. Sets up a three-point attempt for Hudson Mason, but that goes nowhere, and Wright is going to take over. Lior, and that would have been for 3, but wide right. And I think Martin Scott must have just stepped out of bounds as he was getting that rebound, as Hanwell Park's actually going to keep possession. So a bit of a gift early. I know Christmas was quite a while ago, but Harvey's still in a giving mood by the looks of it. Here's Holden Boyer looking around. Howland's giving him nothing, so he has to pass outside. Bukatin out to 21, Abram Wright. That ball's going to hit the side of the board and bounce away, so Hudson Mason will take over. Mason at the top of the circle. Tried to call for a pick. Boy's still working on that one as Gillespie looks for 3. It's a little long. Mason puts one up from just outside the key. And there's 2 more points for the home side. Phillips. Pass out to Bukatin. Bukatin looks to drive in. Gets just to the paint and then passes around to Lior. Lior's going to drive, and shot is no good, but he does draw the foul. I believe that's against Hudson Mason. So 3rd Laker foul after taking no fouls in the first quarter. Lakers up to 3, as it is indeed Mason the guilty party. We're getting another full lineup switch here. It will be Smith, Place, Pauly, Henry, and Smith. So both Wyatt and Nolan out there. 2 shots now from Lior. He is 1 for 2 from the line so far. First shot is clean. That's a swish. So 2 for 3 as players get set. It will be Wyatt and Nolan Smith looking to contest and box out on that rebound. But there is no need as the player from Hanwell Park will put it in. So kind of maintaining this mid-teens distance. They came into the quarter down 14, down 15 right now. As Nixon Place looks to add to that. Can't quite drive in, though. Gets stuck. Finds Theo Pauly. Pauly looking to pass across, but it's gobbled up by Wright. And now there's a breakaway. Bukatin, nice hustle by Nolan Smith to get back there and kind of break up what was a good scoring chance for the Bears. So good defensive hustle from the Lakers. Easy to get complacent when you're up and feeling confident. So nice to see the boys are keeping some focus. Nolan Smith dribbling around now. Looking to slow things down as Wyatt Smith comes in for a pick. Gets Nolan a bit of space for a clean shot. It bounces out, though, as Riley Phillips has it and called for a double dribble. Lakers will get the ball on the offensive end. Little over a minute and a half left to play here in the first half. Nolan Smith takes that as he kind of slows things right down. Reverses out. Has Wyatt Smith inside the key. Smith shot bounces out, though, and Abram Wright all alone under the net to take that rebound. Here he is at the top of the circle now. Right, looking inside for Lior, but that's into traffic. Theo Pauly gets some hands on it and breaks up the chance. Here's Nolan Smith on the response. Smith shoots, and that falls just outside. Needed a touch more mustard to put that one home. And Lior is going to look to respond now. Lior from mid-range is good, as we're here in the final minute of play. Place, driving in, has Phillips on defense, turns and shoots from Nixon Place. That's good. Lakers with a lot of points on the board, but so far they've only come from 4 players. Nixon placed the 4th to put points on the board, so Lakers scoring a little concentrated. Hanwell Park fewer points, but they've spread it out a bit more with 5 of their 7 players here tonight having points so far. Here's Lior, the most points for any of the Bear player. Looks to add a couple more. That's a long 2 as he breaks the 15-point barrier. Nolan Smith looks to Coach Davidson for the call. Get play number 1, whatever that is, looks like Wyatt Smith comes in for a pick. Nolan looking to call again and takes a 3-point shot this time, and it's good.
Right before the buzzer, they hit that.
Yeah, what a great way. I don't know if that's intentional, trying to eat up some clock, but it worked out in the Lakers' favor without a doubt.
38 up to 41 now.
Yep. So after starting the quarter with a 14-point lead, they have extended that. They're up by 16 now. Score is 41-25 in favor of the Lakers. As we will just go to halftime. Halftime's pretty short in the middle school level. Only about 4 minutes. Yep.
Did they get the red folder?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll do a quick thanks to our sponsors, Scott Pierce at RE/MAX, East Coast Elite Realty, and the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs. Our sponsors help us to improve the viewing experience and get more students involved in these streams. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please check the video description for our contact information. We'll take a break now, and we'll be back in a few minutes with the start of the third quarter. All right, welcome back to the stream here as we get set for the second half of action. Lakers started out very strong and never really looked back as they led the Bears after the first quarter, 25-11, and kind of kept their foot on the gas. They're currently 41-25, as you can see by the scoreboard. Maintained up here by Cecilia Pauly. Big thanks to her, as well as Silas Whitehall chiming in for color and pointing you in the right direction with that camera. So a lot of double duty up here. As we mentioned, it is a very busy week here in the David McMullen Gymnasium. If you tuned in last night, senior girls had a big matchup against the Southern Victoria Vikings. It was a rematch from last year's Harbor Station. Spoilers, but the game didn't go great if you're a fan of the green and gold, although I'm sure both teams had some valuable experience. Couple of games coming up this week as well. On Saturday, we have a doubleheader as the Campobello Island Consolidated School Vikings are coming to Harvey. The girls will play at 6 o'clock, and the boys will tip off once that game is over, roughly around 7:45. On Saturday as well, a couple of afternoon games. We have, I believe, a 1 p.m. game where the girls take on Salisbury, and then a 2:45 game. The boys will play the Fredericton Christian Academy. Couple of end-to-end rushes here for both teams, but no points so far here in the first 15 seconds of action. It's Nolan Smith bringing the ball up. He's been your leading point getter of either team, 23 points to his name, including a nice three-point shot right at the end of the second quarter there. Here's Hudson Mason looking to put up a couple himself, but it's no good. Oh, and the Bears take over. Sorry if you're hearing that. I'm fumbling my clipboard up here. Here's Gillespie on a rush. That ball up and over the net, though, as Wyatt Smith gets that out to Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith dribbling around, fakes a shot, but then goes the other way and gets a nice mid-range shot. There's two more for Nolan Smith, number 3 in the dark jerseys. Here's Riley Phillips. Gets it over to Leor, number 12. He doesn't have a last name, or we couldn't read his last name down there on the score sheet, but definitely the leading scorer and main offensive driver for these Hanwell Park Bears. As he puts the ball in there. It's Riley Phillips bringing the ball up. Looks across to Abram Wright. Wright dribbling around. Jack Gillespie with him all the way. Nice defense from Gillespie. But Wright does get the ball in, and Mason reaching in to block that shot from Holden Boyer. Called there on the foul. So that's referee and senior girls player Delaney McElwain, showing that she doesn't play favorites when she's wearing the white and black stripes. Here's Holden Boyer at the line. He's going to put the ball up for his first. It's no good. As a team, the Bears are now 3 for 5 from the line. Looking to make it 4 for 6 now is Boyer. Shot up. And this one bounces out as well. Smith and Wright fighting for that rebound. Nolan Smith tried to get that back in time, but I think his feet touched the ground just a little too early. So it will be the Bears in the offensive zone. Long pass, big lob from Leor, but that's well out of reach for Isaiah Thomas. So the Bears will give up possession now, and the Lakers will start in their own end. Nixon Place, looking around, gets it around Riley Phillips to Nolan Smith. Smith has a lane. He puts it up, and that's good for 2. Definitely don't want to give him that much open space to work with if you're the Hanwell Park Academy Bears. Phillips looking inside. Wright can't get there in time. Ball to the Lakers. As Damian Martin-Scott will get it over to Jack Gillespie. Couple of grade 8 players. Nixon Place. Actually, I believe all the players on the court right now are indeed in grade 8 for the Lakers. So kind of whatever the grade 8 equivalent of the grumpy old men lineup is. Here's Smith dribbling around. Gillespie comes in to set a pick for help. It's back out to Gillespie, though, for a 3-point attempt. That's no good, and Wright is going to try to hang on to the rebound. Nice, tenacious work from Nolan Smith, creating the jump ball there.
A little bit of a brawl down there as well.
Yeah.
Brawl for the ball.
Yeah, some more or less. As we're going to get some subs. We got 3 players coming in for the Lakers. It will be Connor Howland, Ben Little, and number 11, Connor Pepin checking in. Nolan Smith and Caden Martin Scott staying out there. Not sure who's putting the ball in. But it is. Oh, looks like it will be the Lakers. Ben Little takes that. Looking around, finds Smith right under the net. Ball will not go, though, as Lior has it. Looks for the pass up, trying to lead Isaiah Thomas, but again, that one was much more manageable, but just a touch out of reach on that breakaway pass attempt. So here are the Lakers. Lior getting hands on that. Puts it out of bounds, so Lakers still have it, but eating up a bit of clock. Here's Howland looking again. Howland gets it by Thomas. Martin Scott has it. Back over to Smith. He's just got one man to beat, but passes instead over to Ben Little. Little shot is no good, but he has his own rebound. Looking again for a pass now, but it's not going anywhere. Smith batted it away, but Lakers can't do anything. And now it's Lior who has a lane and puts up a couple points of his own. So those are the first points for the Bears here in this second half. Smith dribbling around, has to beat Wright. Looks to get around him, and he'll get a shot off. He does. Nice work by Nolan Smith. Just hard to stop this guy. He's got 29 points himself already. Here's Phillips. Back over to Lior. Lior with a long three-point attempt, and it's just wide. So it's the Lakers taking over as we have a substitution. Carter Waugh checking in for Isaiah Thomas. And Caden Martin Scott's putting it in. Hanwell Park with a big full-court press here. Smith, Nolan Smith gets the ball. Dribbles over the line as the rest of his team sets up. Gets it inside to Little. Little back out to Martin Scott. Bounced inside to Howland. Howland puts it up, but it's over the net, and Phillips has it for the Bears. Phillips dribbling around. He's going to break into the zone. Looks at the pass up to Waugh. Waugh was alone, but puts it over the net, and that's out of bounds. Caden Martin Scott, the last player to touch it, so it will be the Bears maintaining possession. Here's Lior looking around, elects to pass it over to Wright. Wright back to Lior. Lior bouncing around and drives inside from mid-range. Puts it up, a little physicality there, trying to push, as he has now scored 20 for his Bears.
Another point from their main point getter.
Yeah. There's Nolan Smith. Speaking of main point getters, he's up to 31 on the evening here, and we're just over halfway through the third quarter. Phillips looking for a long two-point shot attempt. That's no good, though, and Nolan Smith has the rebound. Here he comes, shoots for, not sure if that was 3 or a long 2. It is indeed 3, kind of right on the line there, but still an impressive shot, kind of on the rush. We don't track three-point shots at the middle school level, but he's had quite a few, and most of them have been successful. Solid three-point game tonight from Nolan Smith. Pass inside, looking for Little, but it's picked off by Riley Phillips. Phillips up and over to Wright, but he fumbles that out of bounds, so Lakers kind of dodge a bullet with that one. Should take this moment to shout out our minor officials down at the Don Fletcher minor officiating table. Big thanks to Holly Henry running the scoreboard and Emma McFadgen keeping tabs on things on the score sheet. Up here in the skybox, it is Cecilia Pauly helping us out with our scoreboard, and Silas Whitehall working the camera and chiming in for some color commentary. Here's Nolan Smith. Ball up and over the line. Looks for a pick. Martin Scott looks to set one up, but then kind of turns around, open for a pass. We've seen the Lakers do that a couple times before. Player comes in to set a pick and then receives a quick outlet pass for a more or less unobstructed shot. Not what the Lakers drew up that time, though, as we get a full personnel swap. It will be Jack Gillespie, Hudson Mason, Heath Henry, Thomas Williams, and Theo Pauly out there. for the Lakers. Here's Lior driving through a couple players, and I think he called on the travel there, so no foul, but could have been a charge potentially, maybe. Theo Pauly will put the ball in. He finds Jack Gillespie. Hanwell Park still with the full court press, and that ball rolls out of bounds, so HPA looks to kind of capitalize right now as some of the Lakers' younger players are getting some valuable game time. Big long pass from Lior, but it goes out of bounds. Yeah, really let that one fly. Out of the hand, or out of reach, rather, for
By
Carter
the
Wall.
sounds of it, I think somebody almost got hit.
Yeah. Bit of exclamation from the stands there. I've got to imagine everyone's okay. I think they would have stopped play if someone down there had gotten hit by the ball. So hopefully they were able to get out of the way in time. Pass picked off by Phillips. Here he comes, but that's picked off itself by Gillespie. Nice work by Jack Gillespie, getting clean hands in there to disrupt the dribbling. Mason will take a three-point shot attempt. That bounces up, but it's no good. And it will be Lior taking over. One of the tallest players on the court, definitely taller than any of the Lakers out there right now. So his height is a big advantage when it comes to those rebounds. Couple of tries for the Bears, but it will not go. As here comes Hudson Mason, looking to get around right. Almost has that poked away, but he does. Just to go a little bit behind the back. Some nice moves by Hudson Mason, but can't finish with the shot. So here is Lior. That's collected by Phillips. Phillips is going to drive into the paint. He takes a mid-range shot. It's no good. Right on the rebound, though. We'll put 2 on the board. So there's a couple more for Hanwell Park. Here's Gillespie. Looking around, calls for the pick. Tries to move around, right staying with him. Gets all the way out to the inside of the circle. Has Hudson Mason, though. Mason from mid-range is no good. Carter Waugh takes over. And here comes Waugh now. Looks to beat a couple of his men. Gets it over to Lior just outside the paint. Lior stepping around. Gillespie with him all the way. Really getting a little physical down there. Lior getting a little frustrated possibly as Holden Boyer puts up 2 for Hanwell Park. 6th Bear player to score. Here's Gillespie. Gillespie shoots, and it's good for 2.
Less than a minute left on the clock for the third period.
Yeah, Gillespie with 11 points now, so he has also cracked that double digits mark. Here's Lior. Looks to put up a couple, but it's no good, and Gillespie has that rebound. Here he comes, number 12 in the black jersey. Steps out for a three-point attempt, but it hits the side of the backboard and bounces away. Lior now has the right, elects to pass it up high, but the Bears have to kind of recover a little bit, so don't get a clean shot off. They still have the ball, though, as Boyer driving in to put a couple up on the board. Nice little run for him. 7 seconds left. Here's Gillespie. We'll see what he's able to do. Can they get a shot off? He does like to shoot long, but Lior is going to disrupt that. So after 3 quarters, it is Lakers 53, Hanwell Park 35. So Lakers just keep adding to that lead. They're now up by 18.
The Lakers definitely have the people advantage because they have a lot more.
Oh, yeah. Almost double. It's 12 players dressed for the Lakers for only 7 from Hanwell Park. They don't look too fatigued. They are shorter quarters at the middle school level, and they hasn't been too physical. Although there haven't been many stops in play either, so maybe the fatigue.
How many fouls have there been?
Not too many. Most of them have been on the Lakers side. Only 1 in that quarter, 3 in the second quarter, none in the first quarter for the Lakers. Hanwell Park's only had 1 foul all night, and it's been Carter Waugh, the guilty party. So
comparing that with the score, we can definitely see the Lakers are pushing harder, but also suffering the consequences of doing that.
Yeah.
High risk, high reward type deal.
Exactly. So we'll see what coaches Fletcher, Curtis, and Davidson are able to draw up. Looks like Davidson's working the whiteboard right now. drawing out some plays for the boys here as they come out in the fourth quarter. As they get ready to take the court, we should shout out our sponsors one last time. Big thanks to Scott Pierce at Remax East Coast Elite Realty, as well as Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs. Our sponsors help us to improve the viewing experience, as well as get more students involved. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is in the video description. It will be number 12, Lior, putting the ball in. We apologize again that we don't have a last name. We kind of have to send someone down to read the coach's handwriting before each game, and that can be hit and miss. Although I know I can't talk. My handwriting is more miss than hit, so it's not a judgment, just a statement of fact. So,
huge launch to the other side of the court.
Yeah. No one there, though, as it will be the Bears taking over. They look to strike first here in the fourth. Here's Holden Boyer over to Wright. Wright looks to get around the defense. Carter Wall on the rebound is no good, and Nixon Place finally has it for the Lakers. No points on that drive. Here's Nolan Smith, main offensive driver for the Lakers. He's up to 34 points here on the afternoon, or evening rather, as he takes a three-point attempt, and that bounces around. It's no good, though. Carter Wall has it. Wall over to Lior. Lior driving in, and he's good for two. That makes 22 points for number 12 in the white and green jerseys. Here's number 11, Connor Pepin, looking for Smith on the reverse. Smith with a nice spin move to gain himself a bit of space, and he puts in a clean three. Really nicely done by Smith. His three-point shooting is hot tonight. And unintentional travel there from Riley Phillips. A little frustrated with himself as Isaiah Thomas is going to check into the game. Here's Nixon Place looking to put the ball in. Finds Smith. Smith gets lucky. His defender loses his footing. Sets up Wyatt Smith really nicely. And that's the fifth player to score for the Lakers, as Wyatt Smith puts a couple on the board. Still all the grade 8s with the points, though, as we're not sure about the grades for Hanwell Park. But 6 of their 7 players have scored tonight, and just as I'm saying that, that makes the 7th, Isaiah Thomas, with 2 of his own. So really nice to see every Hanwell Park Academy player has some points on the board tonight. That's a good thing. They do trail on the scoreboard, but spreading the ball out nicely as here comes Thomas for 2 more. There you go. When it rains, it pours. Couple more for number 1.
They're definitely slowly catching up.
Yeah. Yeah, there's under 6 minutes left to play. It's certainly not impossible to come back, but plays like that from Nixon Place, kind of maintaining that gap, are not going to help the cause of the Bears. Here's Riley Phillips driving around the perimeter. Doesn't like what he sees, has to get the ball away. Long pass over to Thomas. Thomas is the hot hand. He goes up, but gets fouled. So he will go to the line. He is currently 0 for 2 from the line. As a team, the Bears are 3 for 6. So we're going to hit a full lineup change from the Lakers before this shot. It will be Gillespie, Howland, Martin Scott, Mason, and Williams checking in. And here's Isaiah Thomas. Shot is up. That bounces just out. And a second attempt now. It will be Martin Scott and Gillespie looking to box out. They've got some tall players to go against, but it will not matter as Isaiah Thomas's shot goes in. So Bears maintain their 50% foul shooting line. They are 4 for 8 for the evening. Here's Gillespie from the elbow, and it's good. Nice work by Jack Gillespie, Lakers' second leading scorer for the evening. Here's Phillips around the edge of the circle again. Gets it over to Thomas. Thomas driving in. Can't quite get a clean shot off, though. Gillespie hands on that, and I believe he stepped out just before pushing the ball back in. So Hanwell Park will take it as Holden Boyer checks in for Riley Phillips for the visitors. Abram Wright bouncing it in to Holden Boyer, who just can't quite corral it. And he will step out of bounds, giving the ball to the Lakers. With a 20-point lead here. 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Hudson Mason looks to maintain the breathing room. He's not shy about shooting for three. Doesn't do it there, though, and it's away by Carter Waugh. Waugh on the breakaway, puts it up underhand, but just kind of lets it a little loose. Isaiah Thomas's three-point shot attempt goes out as well. Coaches for bench were ready to celebrate that one. They'll have to wait a little while longer, though. Here's Thomas again. Spin move to get himself some space, and then he finds Boyer. Boyer inside has right beside the net. That was a primo chance. Nice ball movement by the Bears. Just can't finish it off. Here's Gillespie for three. He'll shoot. It's no good, but Caden Martin-Scott almost has the rebound. It's Boyer who gets it back, but Gillespie, he falls and has to play it from the ground. Finds Howland, but no, I'm not sure what that was. Might have been from playing it from the ground, over and back. As Ethan Davidson tries to plead his case, but it's no good. Lakers maintain the ball. Bears maintain the ball. Nice little outlet pass to Waugh, but that's blocked by Mason. Nice work by Hudson Mason, getting vertical, but he gives it right back to Waugh. And Carter Waugh puts up two more. Too bad, because Mason did have a really nice block. Oh, nice work by Hudson Mason, finding Thomas Williams alone under the net. Williams with his second attempt. Mason on the rebound with two. Finally puts it home. Couple more points for the grade 8 player. And here's Boyer, looks to respond. He has Lior. Lior driving in. He's going to shoot from just outside the paint. Wright will put it home on the rebound. As crowd certainly losing a bit of steam. We were hearing some cheering earlier on from the visitors, but as this game moves closer and closer to an end and a comeback is more and more unlikely. Just losing a bit of steam here. Understandably so. It's a strong Lakers squad, as we mentioned. Lots of grade 8 players, so good game played by all, and we'll see how this one ends. Gillespie, I believe, is going to be called for the foul there. As it is indeed Gillespie on the foul, and Lior going to the line. Gillespie's first of the evening. Lior is 3 for 4 from the line so far tonight. As a team, Bears are shooting 50%. Shot is good. So that puts Lior at 80%. Really nice foul shooting percentage, especially for a player who likes to drive to the net, will draw those fouls. And that one goes wide. No contact with the rim, so the Lakers will get possession. And Riley Phillips is going to check into the game. Wright will take a breather. And here's Gillespie. Gillespie looking around, has Caden Martin-Scott back inside to Gillespie. Gillespie still has possession, puts it up, but it just rolls out as Lakers get ready for a big lineup swap as well. And not sure what the whistle was. Oh, that's referee Delaney McElwain making a call, and it is the third foul against Hudson Mason. Did not catch what the actual call was. As Lakers do a full lineup swap, it is Heath Henry, Thomas Williams, Nolan Smith, Theo Pauly, and Wyatt Smith out there for the home side. Lior putting the ball in. He has Holden Boyer. Boyer back to Lior. Lior shoots from 2. That was a long 2-point shot attempt, but it is no good. So Nixon Place gets it back outside to Nolan Smith. Smith looking inside, but I think his teammate wasn't quite ready for that. It's a good principle. You always pass to where you want your player to be, not to where they are in the moment. But if they didn't get the memo and aren't running to get there, it can cause some confusion as it did there. Lakers lucky the Bears touched it last. Bounce inside for Wyatt Smith. Shot just a little low, and it's no good as we have a foul called here. Looks like a hold by Wyatt Smith, I believe. We'll wait till that goes on the board, but That should be, yep, indeed, Wyatt Smith's second and the Lakers' fourth. So they could be getting into foul trouble here in the last few minutes of the game. Holden Boyer bringing the ball up. He's got Riley Phillips. Phillips bouncing around. He goes for a long two-point shot attempt. Bounces out, though, is smart play there by Nolan Smith. Puts it off the leg of Waugh and out of bounds. When he was stuck at the sideline there, good way to maintain possession. So a smart basketball play from the grade 8 veteran Nolan Smith. Wyatt Smith right at the line there, but he does pass it around. Nixon Place looking out for Theo Pauly, but guilty of a travel. So Lakers give up that offensive chance. Here's Liar. As we enter the final 2 minutes of play, Lakers with a 17-point lead. Bears need a miracle at this point. Here's Boyer looking to spark one. He does get 2 points to put him at 6 on the evening. Tied with Aiden Wright as the second leading scorer for these Bears. Here's Nolan Smith. Smith puts up 2 more. Good response from Nolan Smith as he flirts with 40 points. He's at 39 right now. Strong offensive game from Nolan Smith. We are used to that, though. He is a big offensive driver on this Lakers team. Should mention the boys coming off a win already this week. They went down to École Les Éclaireurs, which I believe is in Fredericton, on Monday. Came away with a 56-25 win. So looks like a similarly spaced out victory in that the score is not particularly close right now either. Although that's a bigger stretch. You're looking at a 31-point gap on Monday. Right now, it's only let's do my quick math, 17-point lead. As Nolan Smith will go to the line, that foul, the first on Eros Bukatin. Smith, shot goes in, and that is actually Nolan Smith's first attempt for the evening. Only the Lakers' third foul shot of the game. Hanwell Park has played an exceedingly clean game, so kudos to them and their coaches. Lakers shooting 2 for 3 from the foul line this evening. Here's Smith again. Ball is up and it's good. So no need to box out as the Bears get a chance to respond now. Ball comes to Bukatin. Bukatin looking to bounce into Lior, but it's mishandled as going down is Boyer. It comes to Theo Pauly wearing the opposite colors. So Lakers, little gift there. Bouncing inside. Nixon places looking for Wyatt Smith. Wyatt Smith puts it up, but it's taken over as Nolan steals it away from the defender. Nice work by Nolan Smith. That is a 3-point shot attempt. So with that, he is at 42 points. He's cracked the 40-point mark here in the fourth quarter.
40 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, here he comes. 36 seconds, so can't really dribble it out at this point. Lakers are going to have to get another one. Nice bounce inside from Nolan Smith to Wyatt Smith, although Wyatt's shot will not go. Here come the Bears. Riley Phillips. Phillips bouncing around. He's got Heath Henry on him. Phillips can't get anywhere. Has to hand that off to Wright. Here's Wright along the perimeter. 10 seconds on the clock. Looking inside. It's batted away by Smith, but goes right to Hanwell Park. Who is that? Boyer going up and coming down hard. As this will put the Bears into bonus.
It's only 7 seconds left.
Yeah.
After this foul.
This will pretty much do it. I imagine the boys will dribble it out after this, but we'll get 2 shots from Boyer first. First shot goes awry. So what's that? 6, 10. They are 5 for 11 from the line as a team this evening. Second attempt from Boyer. Goes up, comes out to Theo Pauly as, he does get the instructions to dribble it out, and looks like a defender there, and little bit of teasing there. I think Riley Phillips may be a former Laker, as some of these students might know him. So there you have it, your final score: Lakers 71, Bears 49. Congratulations to the Lakers, and big thanks to the Hanwell Park Academy Bears for coming down to play this game. Big thanks to the coaches as well. We don't have the names of the visiting coaches, but it is Ethan Davidson, Brett Curtis, and Mike Fletcher leading the way on the sidelines for the boys. Thanks to our referees as well, including Harvey's very own Delaney McElwain. Always love to see those former and current players giving back. And speaking of current players, we do have a couple working the minor officiating table down there. It is Holly Henry and Emma McFadgen making sure the game runs smoothly. Big thanks up here in the booth as well to Cecilia Pauley and Silas Whitehall. Thanks for tuning in. And as we said, make sure you tune in later on. We got 4 games for you this weekend, starting with 2 against Campobello Island. The senior girls play at 6 on Friday. The senior boys will play around 7:45. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.